Well, it's 2 p.m., Tuesday, April 14, 2026. I want to welcome everyone to Robertson County Commissioners Court. This is a regular scheduled meeting. We do have a full quorum today. I'd like to call this meeting to order. Mr. Rampey, would you lead us in prayer?
Yes. Please bow with me. Dear Lord, thank you for this day. Thank you for allowing us to wake up and breathe your air once again, Lord. Please watch over everyone as they go about their week and weekend, Lord. Guide them to and from their destinations safely. Please watch over all of the drama and everything that's going on in the Middle East, Lord. Please protect our troops over there. Please watch over the men and women who are running this country, Lord, and help them make sound decisions on the country's future. Please, Lord, watch over all the people who are in need of your love, guidance, and care, whether it be spiritually, mentally, physically, or emotionally, Lord. Please guide them to your light and feel your warmth, Lord. Thank you, Lord, for everything you do. Please forgive us our many sins, and thank you for your many blessings. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Please join us for the United States pledge and I take the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
All right, agenda item number 3, public comment. There is no one signed up for public comment. Agenda item number 4, public hearing. There was no posted hearing, so no action on this item. We'll remove this from future agendas to avoid any confusion. Sorry about that. Ms. Sanders, number 5.
All right. Judge, under item A, I have to discuss and take action to approve the minutes from the March 31st, 2026 regular meeting.
Move approval and place of record.
All in favor?
Aye.
None opposed? Motion carries.
All right, item B is to discuss and take action to approve the monthly report for March 2026. My office collected a total amount of $37,044.25.
I move in place of record. I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None opposed? Motion carries.
And under bonds and oaths, I have one continuation certificate for Denise Zan, court clerk for Justice of the Peace, Precinct 1.
Move approval. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
None opposed? Motion carries.
That's all I have.
Thank you, Stephanie. Next up.
And 9 is to discuss and take action to approve the monthly report for March of 2026. My office collected a total of $8,273.10.
Move in place of record. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
None opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Barbara. Okay. We'll come back to 7. Mr. Huggins.
How y'all doing? So, real quick, so I don't take up more of their time, let's move to C. I gave y'all a flyer a while ago. The State of Texas Emergency Assistant Registry, their acronym is STEER. It's a program that we use to register elderly folks, handicapped folks, anyone that might need extra assistance in the event of a disaster. And that registry is statewide by community. And each community has a custodian that's assigned to that. And we're blessed in the county to have a community paramedic within Robertson County EMS. And this person is Micah Isbell, and I'm gonna give her a minute to tell you what her role in the county is with EMS.
Okay. Yes, like you said, we're very, very fortunate in our county. This program was started and built with the idea of we were taking people over and over and not getting them to the hospital and doing this, but not helping them with the problem. There's a lot of resources out there. There's a lot of things out there. People in the rural area, it's just hard to find them, get to them, and need them. So we go to the people, we go to the community, we go to their houses, and we help them, you know, get medication delivery, get transportation, get the help that they might need, get the resources, any kind of medical equipment, and stuff, that it's just harder not living in a town that has delivery services, medical equipment right next door. So we're going to the people's houses that are in the need and helping them. And it's a pretty amazing opportunity, and I'm blessed that I get to do this for the county and for the people of Robertson County, and I've seen a big difference already. And so this program kind of falls right in hand with it. We're going to get their names on the database, so in case there is, you know, a major disaster, something happened, they're mapped, that knowing like this person is handicapped, this person needs wheelchair accessibility, this person is bedbound. And so we're putting them on the map, so emergency responders know where they are and what equipment they're gonna need to get them out. So it kinda goes hand in hand.
And also that program, the initial idea behind the program is every EMS service has what they call frequent flyers, people that call all the time. And those are the first people they go out and start reaching out to. And what it helps do is not only gets them proper help for their long-term problem, but it reduces unnecessary mileage on your emergency vehicles, your ambulances. And it saves them money, saves you tax dollars. So it's a really good program. So then the steer came along, and it turns out that Ms. Micah has all these contacts that need to be on the steer. And each community needs a custodian, so Lyle Sanders with TDM and myself visited with her and Chief Gallagher, and we're gonna request that she be made the custodian for Robertson County under the steer program, and then she will also be assisted by myself and Lyle Sanders with TDM. And that's the long and short of it. You got any questions?
Sound like a good program.
Support her, and why don't we just sign the vote? Any questions?
Does it need a vote?
I'll make a motion that we appoint Michael Michelle Isbell as data custodian for the state Texas Emergency Assistance Registry Program, and to be the point of contact for registrants in Robertson County, and allow the judge's signature on the appointment form. Second. All in favor? None opposed, motion carries. Billy, you have the original, get Micah's signature?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Micah. All right, Billy, you wanna go back to your A and B?
Yeah. Right now, we do not need a burn ban. We could use a little more this rain, but we do not need a burn ban right now. And, we're still working on our communication system and, trying to get the Hearn area downtown woke up on the new system. So, we're trudging along. That's all I have.
Billy? No questions. Thank you, Billy. All right. Agenda item number 9, Mr. Posser.
Yes, sir, you got the, information about the chillers and some more repairs. So I'm sure that that's something that, y'all be discussing. As far as the OSSF program, I don't know what's going on, but we've only had 2 applications this month. I know, we usually drop off a little bit in this time of year, but, usually not this much, so. And I've had several folks contact me regarding, subdivisions that are starting to go through their planning process and everything else, so, I see a lot coming in on the horizon, so. Oh, well, time to get caught up on a few things.
Thank you, Chuck. Sheriff?
The new heater did come in, so, we'll be putting that in pretty soon. We talked about the dog, with the teeth a couple of weeks ago. Legal did say that was all right for us to use our seized assets with. I do have a bill, I'll get a letter into the court for that for the next session. And he did, find about $250,000 last night, so he gets 78,000 of that, so we'll be able to pay that back pretty quick. About it?
Thank you, Sheriff.
ratify this agreement between, I talked about a private landowner letting us dump some brush there and come back and burn it later because we don't have anywhere to burn. The actual property owner is Charlene Brunette. I have the signed agreement here. I think you have a copy. Legal has signed off on it. And, just wanna ratify that. Anybody got any questions?
No questions from me.
I'll make a motion to ratify the land agreement between the county and landowner Charlene Brunette, precinct 3, and any further signatures required.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
None opposed, motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. All right, moving along, item 12A, discussion and possible action on any budget-related matters or county business. Do have items. First one is, we've got 3 sheriff's department vehicles, just basically are inoperable. All communications equipment has been removed. The question is, on insurance coverage, I think we're fine to drop the equipment insurance. Do we need to keep full coverage, or can we go liability? They're just parked, correct?
Yep, they're gonna be slated for auction.
They're gonna be slated for the auction, the next auction.
There's no way they can even be driven, so.
Are they roadworthy? Or
No,
not?
no.
In other words, they're not gonna be brought up out of reserve and put into,
No, I already
to
did
use
that.
in the event of something was to happen to another unit, is what I'm asking.
No, sir, I already did that.
But
All
then,
the
yeah,
cars
just
that we
take them off the
could.
insurance and everything, they're not.
Yeah.
No, they can't.
That's it.
Just-
Remove them completely,
Yeah,
since they're gonna
yeah,
sit.
Yeah, if they're not, if there's no chance of them being brought back in the event of something happening to one of our units now, if they're done for, then just remove them altogether. so.
No, sir, I had 5. I took 2 of them. We took parts from the other ones and did make 2 Frankenstein cars.
Well, they're parked.
And so, but.
Are they, so they're going to, I mean, the worst case scenario, if something was to happen to them and they're destroyed,
No.
you know, then we wouldn't recoup anything, but, you know, if
No.
they're not gonna be on the road, chances of getting destroyed sitting in the
Yeah.
facility out there is pretty minimal.
Yeah, so we just wanna put them on the next auction that we put together.
And isn't that coming up in a few months, we hope?
Yeah, we'll get that going. There's a few items we missed,
Yeah.
get on there. All right, we'll get that direction to Michelle to drop that. All right, the second thing I had was, we have a Texas Association of Counties Property Insurance Application Questionnaire, for, like I said, the property insurance, vehicles and property. I just need, court's permission to move forward, sign this application. Anything before we would renew, it'll be brought to court and then you would vote on it. Just basically asking for your okay to proceed. It's in the application.
For the Texas Association of
Mhm.
Counties.
Y'all fine with that?
They did speak to us, they came this morning, and I don't know if they came out and just reviewed it, but they're gonna try to get the insurances all on the same renewal date, but there's
Cycles.
only one application.
Okay, that'd be good.
We'll
Okay.
have a short renewal, and then,
So this one expires in July, and then our other ones expire in
June.
September or
June, and then we have one in January that it renews for January
January.
first.
So, yeah, if we could get all those together, and then we'll be doing this several times a year. Okay.
We should only have one, then, once we get all that on the same day.
Like I said, anything, before we renew anything, it'll be brought before court, so this is just a question. All right, third thing I had was the REC courthouse chillers, Mr. Foster mentioned that. We've got, a bag compressor in chiller 2, and I think it's a condenser fan causing problems that strip the whole unit in chiller number 1. I think Mr. Taylor, you looked at this and said some of the cost of these, of the equipment they quoted may be questionable.
Like really, Crystal was her, the compressor for $6,000 is very overpriced, and the condenser motor for $6,000 is very low price. It's something we're gonna look at in the future, or when we go back to contracts, try to get more bids on our air conditioning. These are outrageous, just like the jail was. In the sheriff office, when I went in and got a lot of stuff offline, a lot cheaper. In fact, we go in and look at what kind of numbers we have here, get the model cell numbers off and see can we find, eventually find something cheaper. Or have stuff here when it comes, they can fix it without charging so much money like they do. That condition motor, I went and looked at it, did a phone calls for court, that motor should be over like $2,000.
Even though it's a special order.
It was a special motor, it's outrageous. This motor, 5 horsepower, this motor, shouldn't be that much.
But our contracts with.
We're
we're
under
under
contract with
REC.
REC.
Yeah, that's what
I'm
I'm
saying
talking
next year, we gotta look
about.
at
We
another
need to
option.
put some wording in it that we can buy outside the box.
Yeah.
One thing, they are here same day when we have trouble, so. That's a luxury of them being in Bryan, so, but we will take a good look at that. Contract comes up for renewal. As far as budget wise for repairs and maintenance in the courthouse, I think we're good to make these expenditures, do these repairs. If we have any other major repairs, we may be, talking about it again later in the budget. I think we need it to be, to proceed with it, we don't have any choice.
And we have contact with these people, so we gotta go forward.
And well, I'll question that before we give them the okay to order. I'll see if there's anything else they can do. We'll proceed on those, since the summer is coming. All right, anything else? Y'all have anything?
Yes, I do. We still in precinct wanna have some of the old Volvo blades. We're trying to, phase them out little by little. I was about to start, we're not in a hurry right now, but we are wanting to look into finding a well-kept, used machine. And I talked to the judge, just wanted to bring y'all's attention that I was gonna go out and start asking around, looking at information and seeing what, products are out there, what I can come up with. And I just wanted to give the court an update on that, if there's any questions, concerns on that, give y'all the opportunity, and if I need to, make it an agenda item, I can do that for next court, but I just wanted to give y'all an update on it now, and kind of a heads up that we are, about to start taking a look at some other machines and kind of seeing what's out there.
Told him I didn't have any problem with him going to get some, looking at equipment. If we found something, bring it, put it on the agenda, and move forward with it. Thank you, Ty. Anything else?
Thank y'all.
We'll proceed. Item 12B, discuss and take action on request from Grand Prix Pipeline LLC Speedway Project to install 30-inch NGL pipeline on our county roads as quoted on the, agreement. Y'all had a chance to, precinct said it does affect, have they reached out to y'all and got with each commissioner?
I have visited with, I can't call his name now, let's see if I can find his email here. Jason Hill is his name. And I originally asked him because he said it was going beside the other line, and we're like, well, you don't have all this, well, apparently it's making a right-hand turn right there off of Harvest Lane, and it's going south from there. So, it's only gonna go under, on my end, it's gonna go under Old Franklin, Harvest Lane, Western Prairie, and then that's it on me, I think. I don't remember
Well, that's in the
what
area.
Yeah, Old Franklin, Western Prairie, and then they're gonna be, of course, they got textile roads, that's not gonna affect us, so.
I've talked to them also, because, I got, Wildcat, New Magnolia, and I think Providence.
Providence, yeah.
Providence of that, but mine's on the same path to the other company in Paula, so I'm about to mine. And I have talked to him.
But I have not got to be able to call him back, as far as, because, and we normally require 3 loads of, rock or bore site, I'm gonna talk to Mr. Hill, and I wanna require oil sand, cause these roads that he's going under oil sand, they're not not white rock. One's a paved road, chip seal, asphalted and chip seal, the other one is, the other two are oil sanded roads, so I'll make that agreement with him, so, that as long as they make sure that they abide by those, and of course, we'll do a inspection of the road, but, they're gonna wear out Harvest Lane, Western Prairie again, just like the others coming in.
Yeah, I talked to him, I'm sorry, go ahead, Mr. Taylor.
Talk to him, you talk to him then?
I've talked to him on the phone a couple of times and told him, you know, he was gonna get this all to us. I did not know it was gonna be on the agenda today. I have not called him back, or I don't know if they're under a time constraint.
Let's just table it
Yeah,
until
if
next week.
yeah, then I can, I'll call Mr. Hill and just talk, Mr. Hill, yeah, Jason Hill. And I'll visit with him to make sure he fully understands that it's, you know, we're gonna have to, and they normally videotape the roads, you know, they do a digital recording of the roads. So when we call and say, you damaged the road, no, it was already there. But, we wanna make sure that, our residents are protected with all the bulldozers and track hoes and so forth they're gonna be bringing through on this line. So,
And I had gotten them on the agenda, or instructed them to get onto the agenda, for last meeting, they'd gotten on here, but they, had not apparently talked to maybe with one or two, it's at that point, and I reached out to Mr. Hill last week, and he, said he'd reach out to the rest of everyone else if this was going to affect, and, I guess, I'm gonna reach out, if there's anything I need to, y'all want me to portray to him, you know, on behalf of anything, or y'all just wanna do it individually, or?
I'll reach out to him on these on mine, cause the only concerns I have is they make Harvest Lane and Western Prairie is one of their main roads that they run to unload their equipment, you know, to get to the job site. Cause TxDOT won't let them unload off TxDOT road, so they have to unload off ours and track it all the way to, they'll unload on Harvest and track all the way to 79. You know, to build this line, they don't unload on TxDOT's right away, so, unless they get a agreement with a landowner, that they will not unload on TxDOT. So I just need to get Mr. Hill, make sure we're all on the same page, if they're gonna have to be held liable for any road damage.
We just repaid Wildcat Bridge Road last year, and that's one of them, I believe, is on the list too, and that's something I'd like to talk to them about, is that's a brand new paved road, and some of that traffic that might tear up, so I'd like to get in on that too. They did contact you though, Mr. Chairman?
I'll talk to him. But we're just gonna table it till
Yeah,
y'all talk to him.
we'll table that till the 28th, make sure everybody's in agreement, all commissioners are in agreement, so we'll get that back on the 28th. So, item B is tabled. Item C, discuss and take action to approve lease agreement with the city of Calvert for Constable Precinct 1 office. Constable Ray, City Council did meet, but I have not seen their agreement, so, but I think they've agreed to make all the repairs they were gonna make. But we need to table this item C until we have that actual agreement in front of us. But I think they were gonna go ahead and start with the, remodeling, and I think it needed it anyway, so table C. And we'll put that on 428 agenda. All right, item D, discuss and take action to appoint one member to the Brazos Valley Groundwater Conservation District Board. One of our board members, Chris Zag, resigned. He took a job in Houston and is unable to make the meetings. So I think commissioners and myself have been reaching out, looking for candidates to fill that position, to serve out the remaining term through 2028. Anybody have any nominations?
I had, reached out to Tracy Varl, and I think the judge talked to him as well, and, many of you know him. He's agreed to serve in that position and finish out Chris Zag's term, and then, you know, we'll move forward from there. He may want to stay on there at that point, or may not, but, unless anybody has any other discussion on that, I'll nominate Louis Frank Varvel III I call him Tracy, most people do, Tracy Barble for the, Brazos Valley Groundwater Conservation District Board, and any signatures required.
I'm sorry, go ahead, Mr. Taylor, I'm gonna have a question.
Oh, we got a question?
Yes, sir.
Got a motion and a second.
Okay,
Discussion.
I'm not sure who, Mr. Barber, was he in here by chance?
No,
He is.
Okay, is he a resident of Robertson County?
I think he actually lives in Brazos County now, but they have a lot of property in Robertson County.
They have properties in Hearn and, area.
Okay.
I think his resident.
I mean, I know the name.
His resident, he's Dr.
Yeah,
Dennis,
yeah.
Dr.
You know,
Barber.
we know the name, I can't place him, I just didn't know if he was a resident of.
His house, he owns, his house is in, he resides in.
Yeah, he's retired.
He's retired.
He was a dentist in Hearn for many years, he's retired now.
Any other questions?
I just got concerns because if it's not a resident of Robertson County, that's my, I think it's, you know, what you know about the family, I don't think there's an issue, but I'm just as concerned that it's not a resident of Robertson County. But he owns lots of land here, so.
That's more assets in Robertson County.
Right. Yeah, most of his assets are Robertson County.
All right, we got a motion and a second. All in favor? Opposed? None opposed. We'll appoint Mr. Dr. Barble to the groundwater to serve out the remaining term of Chris Side. All right, item E, discuss and take action to accept and place a record the City of Hearn annexation 2002. This was kind of an oversight that got lost. City of Hearn could not find their signed copy, but they did find it, and basically we just need to place this of record, because it never was recorded.
Good thing they was finding from that way back, and.
We had a, we
Well,
had
we
an
were actually
unsigned copy.
looking, it was a beer license issue, and then come to find out with talks with the city of Hearn and the annexation and all that, we couldn't find it of record. So that's how it come about. And so we decided it'd probably be best that it gets placed of record, even though it was done a long time ago.
And that's probably the last annexation they've had.
I'll make a motion that we accept the place of record, the City of Hearn annexation report for 2002. Second. I'm gonna say 2002.
All in favor? None opposed, motion carries. All right, item F, discuss and take action to place a record the signed proclamation to proclaim April 25th, 2026 to May 6th, 2026 as Texas Soil and Water Stewardship Week.
Everyone good? I move to approve in place of record the signed proclamation to proclaim April 25th, 2026 to May 6th, 2026 as Texas Soil and Water Stewardship Week, pending any signatures required.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
None opposed, motion carries. Item G, discuss and take action to place a record the monthly report for the March 2026 Veteran Service Officer.
So we place a record.
I'll second.
All in favor? Opposed? None opposed, motion carries. Item H, discuss and take action on approvals of Second Amendment to roadway development agreement with Union Pacific Railroad. I think there's,
Yeah, there's some I don't say discrepancies, but they've got such a short time frame, gentlemen, on this. I got this copy today. I'm about to sit down with legal. This is actually the, road use agreement for that Union Bend Road out there at Mumford, around that rail yard. They got some pretty short days. They got anywhere from, 5 days to 10 days for notifications of any issues. And I'm just not good with that short of notice, so it don't give us enough time to get out there and inspect and notify in that short time period. So I'm gonna get with Robert and ask him if he can send them back, and so if we would, I'd like to table this, see if we can't get some, I'd like to see 15 to 20 day notifications on that, on those issues myself, so.
and Mr. Jezik did have concerns with those tight windows, so he did point that out.
So if we could table this and put this back on the next agenda would be great, so.
We can stack them here. You want to keep that?
Oh, yeah, I need to keep one to talk to Robert with, so.
All right, item I, discuss and take action to approve purchase of iPad Pro from CDWG, which is a Texas AEPA contract in the amount of $2,278.95 and pay invoice using ARPA funds. This is for emergency management. They do have the funds allocated under that category, which that's getting close to expending all the emergency management funds. It's just an iPad walkthrough. The COG, GrantWorks has approved it, it's CDW.
I'll make a motion, we approve the purchase of the Apple iPad with the ARPA funds in the amount of $2,278.95. Allow the judge's signature.
Second. All in favor? None opposed, motion carries. Item J, discussing possible action to engage outside counsel and or consultant to negotiate any abatement agreements on behalf of Robertson County. So before we start, I just wanted to make a statement, just due to the rapid growth and complexity of green energy projects, we are facing legal, regulatory, and technical challenges that exceed current in-house capacity of our legal team. Met with our legal, so that's probably in our best interest to get an outside firm to take a look at these, even though they still will review them. There's so many complex issues, contracts, land considerations, and long-term financial and infrastructure impacts that they recommend we do go outside counsel. We've looked, there's been several, Haley and Olson, which Milam County and Freestone County use. We talked to local counsel. We've got a firm out of Houston that does all that energy litigation, Freeman. So we've reached out to some and we have found one that I'll nominate, or Mr. Rampy may nominate, but any questions on going outside to take a look at these?
This one that you outside, this what he does all the time, this is what he does?
That's what they do.
Okay.
Would it require a bid, Judge, or is it professional service that we need?
It's a
an
professional
exemption-
service.
An exemption on
Yeah. And I think it'd be below
the threshold?
we go by project, or, they're gonna take a look at, agree to take a look at existing, and any new developments.
Well, this stuff is moving forward so fast, and the state of Texas has put the welcome mat out across the United States, or actually across the globe, for people to come to Texas and build solar farms, and to build battery storage facilities, and to build, data centers. And so, but the regulations are not caught up to the speed that it's going. So we're trying to get some help to help, what regulations can we put in place to protect our citizens? Because it's growing so fast, we don't wanna be overrun with it without having something that we have some, understanding of or some teeth in to be able to help, so.
These
I
kind of
think it's a
guys
good
will
idea, so.
be able to put teeth in behind some things, and they'll be able to, have insight on things that we wouldn't normally would have had to begin with. There's things that new to all this, and I agree that there's a lot that needs to be learned about it. And this, someone like this could have done however many they've ever done, would definitely have more insight than anyone around here would. So I think it'd be good to move forward and try to, whether we end up using anyone or not for anything, I still think it's in the best interest to have someone informing us that knows more about it than we do.
So the firm that I think I wanna nominate is Capex Resources Group. They're out of Frisco. They've done they work with Bell County and Bosque County, and then Young County, Zapata County, Zavala County, and doing work in Hempstead, with the city of Hempstead. But I think, had a good conversation with them, and they think they could come in and change the scope of what we're doing to put the protections in place that we need to address everything from neighboring landowners to the county itself, so.
Yeah, there was, especially with road uses. agreements and so forth, you know, where, you can hold their feet to the fire and take care of whatever damage they do.
I know Mr. Greg Gill doesn't like abatements, but I think you're on board with getting a group like this to negotiate on our behalf, or.
I think it's a good idea to have a firm, because a lot of times you use the tax abatements to get the company's attention. You know, they want a tax abatement, so then therefore you get a road use agreement out of them. I like to see where we get a road use agreement out of them without a tax abatement, because if they're using our roads and they're tearing them up, they should be taking care of them, not our taxpayers. So I'd like to see what this law firm has to say, what teeth can we do? You know, I don't want it just be based on, well, you have to do a tax abatement to get this. Do we have the authority to do? No, we're gonna enforce our road use agreement regardless if we give you a tax abatement. You're gonna take care of this, but we're, you know, and if the court still decides to move forward with the tax abatement with them to entice them to come here or to, you know, to build here, if they bring enough to the table, then I'm okay with that. You know, y'all know I don't support tax abatements, but I just wanna make sure that our tax people, our citizens, are protected the best that they can be protected with the amount of growth that these things are bringing and the amount of heavy traffic that they're bringing to the county, so.
I'd like to proceed.
Toolbox.
Yeah, I'd like to proceed with Capex Resources Group. I'd like to nominate them to, for us to engage their services.
That's a motion, Judge?
Yeah.
It's a motion. I would second.
All in favor?
Aye.
None opposed, motion carries. And that is Capex Resources Group. You can find them online, and they do have some experience with, some of the ones we're dealing with now. So I think that's a good choice, that puts Robertson County in a good position going forward. All right, item K, discuss and take action to allow county judge to DocuSign the GLO contract number 220-130-101-F667 for the Community Development Block Grant Local Hazard Mitigation Planning Program. Mr. Huggins has been working on that hazard mitigation program. If you want to, you can remind the court of what that's gonna cover.
That's the hazard mitigation plan that FEMA requires all counties to have and cities. And since emergency management, all the cities fall under us anyway. It's just basically a hazard mitigation plan in short term is anything and everything that you have pointed out that you could do, projects you could do to lessen the effects of flooding, lessen the effects of wildfires, so forth, so on, any kind of natural disaster. So down the road, if it's in there that you have a culvert on Wildcat Bridge Road, that you put it in there, and you go after a hazard mitigation grant to get the funds to actually redo that. If it's not in your plan that you're wanting to fix culverts and so forth, so on, it's hard to get that grant. So, they want the counties to have a plan on what needs to be done to mitigate disaster. And, anyway, that's the long and short of it. And it's a very detailed document. So GrantWorks there's a GLO grant that pays GrantWorks to write the plan. And, I'll be working with them to do it. So anyway, that's the long and short of it.
Hopefully it's gonna be a zero cost to the county.
Yes, the
100%
GLO is a
grant.
zero cost. The last time we did it, it was a hazard mitigation grant to write the hazard mitigation plan, and that's a, 27, we paid 27% of it or something on that one. But this one is 100% grant, so.
Questions on that? Approve this, I'll quit getting
I'm good
the
with
daily
that.
DocuSign emails.
I'll make a motion, allow the judge to DocuSign the GOL contract, for community development block grant for local hazardous mitigation planning program.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
None opposed, motion carries. Item L, discuss and take action on place of record the March 2026 Commissioners Court report from the Extension Office.
Everyone taking a look.
Yes.
I move to approve in place of record the March 2026 Commissioners Court report from the Extension Office pending any signatures that may still be required.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None opposed, motion carries. Thank you. Item M, discuss and take action on the revised changes in rules of procedure, conduct, and decorum at Commissioners Court meetings. Basically, it all comes down to differentiate between public comment and public hearings, kind of clears that up. And, Mr. Pooney caught that, said we needed to update that, so it just kind of separates out public comment, public hearings.
I move that we, approve the revised changes in rules of procedures, conduct, and decorum for Commissioners Court meeting and allow the all signatures.
Second.
They did catch some punctuation too, so. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None opposed? Motion carries. We need everyone's signature on that before y'all leave. Item N, it's two parts. Discuss and take action to, number one, declare certain items of unsold surplus county property previously offered for sale through a public online auction process has no remaining value to the county as impractical to store, maintain, or reoffer for sale. And two, allow for the disposition of these such items by transporting them to precinct 3 dump grounds for disposal.
Y'all don't wanna keep all this stuff? If somebody bought it, y'all don't wanna just store it?
Dee Dee made this copy.
And, can I inform the court, I received the check from Swico, so I have the money, I'm going to deposit it into the thing. And
Now
break it down.
Now we can request it back so I can grab my garage doors?
Yes, we'll have to do that. But it totals $60,912. Most of it's from Rich Fund.
And the items that were taken are, and can go to the dump, there's no
There's no restriction
hazardous
on it.
or no restriction on it, no.
What are the main items? What?
Some furniture pieces.
Okay, well, the reason I'm asking, if we're going to have another auction in a few months, I'm just asking this for conversation, y'all.
No.
If it's junk, let's junk it. If it's got value, re-auction, if it just is, but most everything we auction, everything we put something on, we normally get something for it, whether it be $5 or whatever. If they didn't bring nothing and didn't sold, or it was too much junk, someone bought it for $5 and didn't pick it up, cause it wasn't worth the time and effort, then it just need to be disposed of, in my opinion, so.
With some old adding machines, calculators, I don't even know if they were. There were some furniture pieces that, probably weren't in,
Yeah, good
They're
shape.
metal,
Good shape.
you can recycle them.
Yeah.
I don't even think it's recyclable, so. It'll be in the dump and then I'm sure somebody will recycle it.
Yeah.
If you don't take it to
One
the
man's
metal
junk,
scrap
another
yard,
man's
it's
trash.
None of it's metal though.
Yeah.
There's nothing, it's broken chairs,
Or pipe.
some plastic filing cabinets that don't have all the pieces to it.
Well, the filing cabinets are usually metal.
It's, plastic rolling cart.
Yeah, plastic rolling card.
Yeah, I call them rolling carts, but. they're just-
Anyway, if anybody wants it, they can go to the dump and get it.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna make a motion that, all unsold surplus items from the auction be declared trash and can be hauled off to precinct, 3 dumpster and disposed of.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor?
If y'all get ready to
Motion
haul
carries.
from the courthouse, or let's say there's something at the probation department, or something, if you'll let me know, I'll make sure that the guy at the dump's aware, or if it's day he's closed, I can go open the gate for whoever, Mikey or whoever. Okay?
Thank you, Chuck.
I've got Dee Dee's stuff if you want it.
Okay, if you wanna present, she just had a kind of an auction,
She says before the next auction, there needs to be some discussions on how certain things are done to make it easier. She said, Mikey was very helpful, but they do have a list of things that would make life easier on everybody involved in that.
basically, we weren't real organized in how we were picking up the items and who could pick it up, and it was just unclear between
Well, we had a few people that
They weren't
came.
consolidated at one place.
Well, yeah, well, only issue is we actually had people show up to pick up items that didn't buy it. They sent a courier or a pickup
You
guy.
can't do that.
And, you know, we had to make some phone calls and clarify, and it was okay, it just took a couple of phone calls, but it does put a little extra pressure on Dee, and, you know, I kept pestering the auction company, you know, to clarify that I could release to a different individual than who bought it, you know, so if we could get some of those little hiccups worked out, so, are the.
They had an incident, we had an incident yesterday, so in the future, there was a camper shell that used to be on the emergency management vehicle that says Robertson County Emergency Management and all this stuff on it. And it went into auction and it sold, and a person finally picked it up. Yesterday, we got a phone call from a trooper out of, I think, Milam County, who was sitting there in his patrol car looking at it on the side of the road, because they didn't put it on right and it blew off. And I guess it was too much for them to put it back on. But we need to take our stuff off of
Yeah,
it.
should have been removed, yeah.
Yeah, so
I promised Dee Dee we'd.
I can
clean
go
up
get it
our
and we can
processes.
resell it.
That was a nice camper.
Yeah.
It was.
It was just
It may not be no more, but
It was a
yeah.
dust trap, that's all it was. It just collected dust.
Okay, so we've covered Dee Dee. All right, Ms. Anderson.
And she had 37 addresses.
Okay, 37.
We'll do budget adjustments first.
Well,
We're
just
on
have
A. First one's Road and Bridge Precinct 1,650 from fuel to capital outlay.
Second.
All in favor? Motion carries.
One from the jail, 20,000 from inmate housing to medical, 5,000 from jail administrator salary to jailer overtime, 5,000 from jailer salary to jailer overtime, and 1,600 from jail cooks to jailer overtime.
Sheriff, you having some overtime issues?
Not any issues. Well, we had a couple things. So apparently we were pulling, salaries for the jail administrator out of a different place, that caused a problem. We are short, well, we're full now, but we were short 3 for a while. Got 1 in the academy. So the overtime has jumped up. The other part of it is the medical. We discussed it already. We pretty much blew out our medical at the first of the fiscal year. And then I get a medical bill from 23 for $11,000. So it's just, not sure where all that's gonna end yet.
And we have an error correction on numbers on the 1,600 that should have gone into overtime. It went into a wrong number that has to be corrected.
I move approval.
Second. All in favor? Motion carries.
That's all of those. I have, before we go to the invoice listing, I have some bills that, need to be brought up separately. First one is, bill to the courthouse from Kevin Gasson for $4,800.
Move approval.
It's to come out of contingency.
Oh, for it to come out of contingency, pending any and all signatures required.
That's it.
Before we vote, that is the second part of that. He has a couple little touch-ups to do, and we'll just hold the check. I just didn't want to make him wait another 2 weeks. They get those, items corrected and we can hand him the check. All in favor? Motion carries.
Okay, this one is from CDW, the total bill is $5,699.97. It was approved 2/23/26, but I believe this is the one that we didn't have an invoice on? Is that, no, correct? No. Okay, we need to know where it needs to come from. It's broken down on here. $2,610 from the DA capital outlay line, $3,089.97 from the criminal investigation. So we will need the DA to sign off on this, cause all this is, the 19 fund is forfeiture fund. We have to have specific forms from them to approve this and get it.
And it's for CDW?
CDWG.
Just for some laptops
Yeah,
for their.
yeah, I just wanna make sure.
CDW government.
Okay, well, I'll make a motion that we approve the invoice listed at $5,699.97 to CDW, for laptops, like I said, and pending the,
We need the
paperwork.
breakdown
Yeah.
approved
From the DA's office.
to the 2,610 from the DA capital outlay. And $3,089.97 from the DA criminal investigation fund, and we have to get his approval before we can pay it.
Okay, 2610, what was that, the 3,800?
$89.97. That's from the criminal investigation fund.
Okay, in that motion, I hadn't got a second yet, so I wanna amend that motion to include the breakdown of $2,610 from which?
DA
DA
capital outlay.
capital outlay, and then the $3,089.97 from the
Criminal
criminal
investigation
investigation fund. And then the paperwork that got moved next.
Second.
Got a clear motion on that, Stephanie?
Yeah, that's as clear as
It's
mud.
recorded.
Okay.
Yeah.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None opposed, motion carries.
Okay. I have a, SHI Government Solutions. The cog bill, I guess, but the bill invoices from SHI.
So what happened on that was we never actually got the invoice.
Oh, we approved it. We
Oh,
approved it.
but it was only the proposal,
But we
so
finally
we never
got
got the invoice until like last Friday.
Friday. We
And
got
I think
it.
it was emailed over.
That was the Barracuda function that,
But you
Yeah.
have it, what was it, contract service?
Contract
But
service.
it's for the actual server itself, so I think it needs to come out of capital outlay.
no, that's the software, the license agreement.
Okay, so,
It would need to come out of,
Contract.
our IT.
yeah, cause on there it says Barracuda backup server is what it says, it doesn't.
It's the licensing, so. I think that's where we took it from last year.
From contract services.
Well, we didn't pay the COG a long time ago, we've always paid the vendors, cause that's how they wanted everything done. I can go back and look and double check exactly where we took it from if you want me to. And.
Is this a time sensitive thing, cause the card is always.
Well, they failed to get us a,
far behind.
an invoice
Yeah.
from the time they
reason-
quoted it.
And the reason why software, like this, we've got to report to, our outside auditors every year annually, so it needs to be in that IT department so we can, find it.
If we want to track it. I don't know.
So
if
we can track it.
It may be budgeted under contract services, not under IT, so.
It may be budgeted there, or can we move it, maybe?
Yeah, if we need to.
We'll do a budget adjustment and move it to the.
I mean, the money, the funds are there to pay it now, if we wanna go ahead and
Pay it
approve
out of
pay
IT,
and then
yeah.
if we need to make a budget adjustment, we'll do that next meeting.
Okay. That would be better, because then when we're hunting for it next year, we can find it.
Okay. We'll get that corrected.
And that would be 10,500. Some of it is a maintenance agreement. There's accounting software, there's information technology, so I would guess 10,500, 570. And then I'll do a budget adjustment for next court to move the funds over to it.
We just need to approve the invoice, to be paid out of that
Yes.
account.
Should you ask me a little bit, we have to track all this software, what we have subscriptions to.
And, $3,120.96 is for SHI, and how do you want?
Government Solutions.
Government Solutions, how do you want that to be paid out of?
IT.
Just say it, okay, the motion, just say IT.
IT department out of,
And then
information
y'all can-
technology line.
Y'all can move the money accordingly, so I'll make a motion, we pay $31,20.96 for SHI Government Solutions.
So it can't go to SHI because that's not the vendor, the vendor is the cog, because we don't have SHI as,
Well,
anytime we've had an
paperwork says
SHI.
SHI.
I think it's,
It does.
it's billed from SHI.
Well, then you have to get a W-9 as well,
We'll get a
because we don't have that.
pending double.
Sorry.
We'll get a double.
We haven't paid
It's
for
very-
any of our SHIs, it's gone to the cog, it
Cause
hasn't gone
COG
to SHI.
quit, they have the vendors bill us directly.
So it would be SHI.
They would, previously they would have done the CDWs and SHI, but they want the vendors to deal directly,
And
so the
some
money
is
doesn't
like
flow
we're
through the
fixing
COG.
to have.
So the money doesn't flow through the COG.
Sorry, Mr.
It's all right. I'm gonna make a motion that we pay the $31,20.96 SHI Government Solutions out of the IT department, pending all signatures, and,
W-9.
yeah, receipt of the W-9, and then we'll just move money.
We'll do a budget adjustment next quarter.
Okay.
All in favor? Motion carries. Sorry about the confusion.
Everything has to have a place, you know?
All about audits and tracking, so.
Yes, it is. Summit Industries, this is another cog thing, and this is an invoice that was billed to the SO, but the SO sent back an email and said it's not ours, it would belong to the, to Lucy's, yes. And,
It's
it's
a DPS budget.
$1,047.09.
It's a per PC.
What, how much is it?
$1,047.09.
Coming out of their capital outlay.
Who's capital outlay?
DPS, the DPS.
They got $1,000?
I don't think they do.
I didn't think they did.
We not do a budget adjustment.
I don't.
Cause we used to give them a little bit for targets and, you know, those things like that, but then
We did,
I think it slowly dwindles.
You remember their department number? Anybody?
I do
Right off
not.
the top, here we go. They only have $500 in capital outlay. And
We're gonna do a budget adjustment.
nowhere else to bring it.
I didn't know that invoice was in, so.
Yeah, it would be from somewhere else. It would not, could not come out of this department unless we have money left in.
Just hold that,
salary.
we'll get it corrected next time.
Okay,
We'll look at that, cause I thought I had a budget adjustment already made up, but then
okay.
pay for it.
So you just want to table it for now?
We'll table that, put it on the next one.
Okay. Now, this is the accounts payable listing, it totals $609,764.58.
Didn't want to have a chance to look at it. I move that all bill listings adding up to $609,764.58 be paid upon any and all signatures that may still be required.
I'll second.
All in favor? None opposed, motion carries. Nobody has anything else? You are done. I entertain a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor? Meeting is adjourned.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.